about how we live. It's about how we conduct ourselves in this world that we call home. And this passage draws home to me and to you that we are called to be of service. We are called to care for our fellow human. People are struggling. We don't have to look far. And Jesus is reminding us today that as we look and see a need and as we respond to that need, we are responding in the way of Jesus. We are responding in the way that Jesus has called us to serve. And we can get really caught up in the eschatological language of eternal damnation, heaven, and this. But at the end of the day, the story is talking about serving the people we come in contact with. Do you realize that service is not only good for others, it's health-wise good for you? A study from NHI just recently, National Institute of Health in 2018, did a study that said those who serve through volunteering increase the quality of their mental health by 9%. Now, hey, you might be thinking 9% is nothing. But I guarantee you that if I announced that next Sunday I was going to share something that would increase people's bank accounts by 9%, that we would fill these pews to the rim. Well, the reality is it's increasing something that's far more important than your bank accounts. It's your happiness, your mental health. Statistically, it's improved by volunteering your time and serving others. People have reported through this study a 5% decrease in their depressive symptoms once they started serving others. So it's not only good for others, it's good for us. I want to leave these questions with you today as you think about this passage, as you think about what I've laid out as some options for you. What is it that you have that the world needs? What is it that you have that the world needs? The Japanese have something called ikigai. Not just ikigai, but ikigai. Ikigai is the concept of where the world's greatest need, so your greatest passion, your greatest talent, and what you can do for a living all intersect. And that little circle that forms a diamond, I guess not really diamond, but shape in the center becomes ikigai, which is where you thrive. Now, isn't that interesting? That the place that you thrive is when you give of what you got to a need that is so great. So what is it that you have that the world needs? And how can you give of that here and now? And then I want to also ask, when you're in need, don't hesitate to ask how we can get to you. Because it's both and. You see, God has called us to a life of stewardship. But a life of stewardship involves serving and sometimes being served, caring and going forth, and bringing from our resources to the places that are desperate and need our touch. I hope that as we go through this week, that we will be looking for those who are hungry. We'll be looking for those who are unclothed, and we don't have to look far, friends. Those who are unhoused. I think I told you last week, as we were talking about the talents, and I have to say it again here. This convicts me because I'll be real honest with you. I'm a lot better at smiling and hugging and laughing than sometimes I am meeting the needs of homeless and hungry people. I'm reminded of this passage that that's what I'm called to do. That's what you're called to do as well. And may God help us be about the work. Amen. Amen.
Amen.